On today's episode of The Front Row, we are at the National Ranching Heritage Center here in Lubbock. We're visiting with Leanne Lust, who is the Education and Outreach Manager. Leanne, welcome back to The Front Row. It's great to see you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I first noticed is in the title it says National Ranching Heritage Center. So what does that mean?
Yes, so it basically means that we are an organization that not only represents ranching on the national scene from the past, present, and the future, but also is supported by ranchers all over the United States. Matter of fact, we have donors and supporters of the ranch on the part of Ranching Heritage Association from all 50 states and even a couple of countries, most of which never even get the opportunity to come, but they believe in what we do, and so they're part of our membership association, which is where the majority of our funding here at the Ranching Heritage Center comes from. So your viewers, most of them, have a chance to come and visit us, and we invite them to come, especially this weekend, for Candlelight at the Ranch. Even though we have many people who are supporters who don't get to be here, we love that the locals and the surrounding area can.
Right, that's wonderful. So even though you're part of a national organization, are you still part of Texas Tech?
Technically, we are. We sat on Texas Tech University's property. Mm-hmm. And so when they first decided to have the National Ranching Heritage Center, they gave us the land and said, we want to build this. And then from the very beginning said, but y'all are going to have to basically raise your own support. Wow. And so the Ranching Heritage Association has actually existed as long as the Ranching Heritage Center has. And many people don't know that, but they do. They've lasted existed the same amount of time. And so the Ranching Heritage Association is really the backbone of what we do here at the Ranching Heritage Center, of which Texas Tech University is a very strong portion of that also.
Right. Well, and I'm sure most of the local people will know, but maybe some don't. You have an incredible collection of artifacts, and I was just looking at the vehicles that you have on display at the moment, let alone everything that you have on the exterior out in the land. That's amazing.
Yes, we have a very large artifact collection. Matter of fact, we have an entire basement that most people don't even know exists that is full of artifacts. And with our newest adventure coming up, hopefully in the next couple of years, it'll be called the Red Stiegel Institute for Traditional Western Art. And that's a new project that we have going on. We got all of Red Stiegel's information, all of his songs, all of everything that he's done, he donated to Texas Tech with the understanding that we would have the Red Stiegel Institute for Traditional Western Art to be able to pass those arts down to the next generation. And with that, we're going to have space to bring many of those archives from the basement and have it out for the public to be able to see. So we have some beautiful saddles downstairs that are seen every 10 years or every 20 years that will actually be able to be seen daily. We have spurs that we have had donated to us over the years. We have art downstairs that we would love to be able to share. And so we're very, very excited about that new endeavor also.
Wow, it keeps going on and on. You keep growing.
We don't slow down very much. We grow and we continue to press forward in sharing our love of ranching and the values and just everything that goes along with ranching, of which a lot of can be seen through our arts.
Yeah, wonderful. And you have something coming up this weekend, which is a great tradition here in the city and for the Ranching Heritage Center. Tell us about Candlelight at the Ranch.
Yes, so it's our 47th annual Candlelight at the Ranch. So we've done this a couple times, and so 47th annual. We are so pleased to invite the public out. It is Friday and Saturday. It begins at 6:30 and ends at 9. We sell VIP passes, but those have all been bought out. So if you didn't get those, you can try again for that next year. But nonetheless, we do have that. Like I said, this is our 47th annual. We open those doors at 6:30. You're able to come in and walk through our park. We open up 16 of our historic structures. We have volunteers dressed in period clothing in those structures having Christmas. And so it's literally a glimpse into a historic postcard, if you will. And so you can see what it would be like for a family to be having Christmas in 1909 in the Barton House. You can also see what it's like for a lone lone cowboy to be in the Matador half dugout by himself on a Christmas. So that we really want you to take a glimpse of the past as you walk through the park at Candlelight at the Ranch.
The atmosphere must be incredible. I mean, that's amazing.
It is. It's the only time that we're open at night. So just these 2 nights of the year, we have about 2 miles of luminary that light the pathway all around the ranch that you can walk through, and the nostalgia is just absolutely beautiful. It's really remarkable to see people coming, grandparents and parents and grandchildren and generations sharing this tradition together. And for many people, it's kind of the way they kick off their holiday celebrations. And we couldn't be more proud of being a part of these families' traditions.
Right. And no, I've told you this before, but the Barton house sat not very far from where I grew up.
Right.
I played in that house as a child. It was not in nearly the condition that it is now.
Yes.
But one of my most vivid memories of childhood is watching that house come down the road.
Yeah.
And go right in front of our house.
Took 3 days to get it here, but we got it.
It's
and
amazing.
yes, it was right before the loop was finished.
Right. Well, tell me, just out of curiosity, getting the Barton house and what was involved in refurbishing it and getting it back right and putting it in the right place. How did all that happen?
Yes, so the Barton family actually donated that house to us, along with them and many of their friends and family, the funds to restore that house. And so it was actually done through them, and we couldn't be more pleased. It wasn't quite an undertaking because we wanted to be just as close as we could and show its grandeur. And so it took a while. Over a year actually to restore the Barton house. When they moved it, they did not move the porch, so we actually had to build that wraparound porch that's there now, and to refinish that. Little side note, a little fun fact: finding historic wallpaper was very difficult, and this was in the early 1980s, and so finding that wallpaper was very difficult. So they contacted some people at the Smithsonian, who got them in contact with some people who had the ability to get that historic wallpaper. They told us we needed heating and air in the Barton house because they wanted the wallpaper to be able to stay. Drastic temperatures are harmful for it. And we said, okay. And in the early 1980s, just restoring the wallpaper in the first floor only was over $50,000.
Oh my gosh!
So so they did not add wallpaper to the upstairs for sure. But it's absolutely remarkable and beautiful. And when you come to Candlelight, one of the highlights of Candlelight is walking through the Barton house. Right. So you can see that wallpaper. You can see the stove. You can see the washroom that they had, which was very unusual during that time. Now they still didn't have a septic system, so they didn't have a bathroom, but they did have water in the kitchen so they could take baths. So that was a really neat thing in 1909.
Right.
So yes, so you can experience all of those things if you come see us this weekend.
Right. Excellent. So Candlelight at the Ranch,
yes.
Friday and Saturday.
Begins at 6:30. It's a free event. So we do take donations, but it is free to get in. We want everybody to come. If you don't want to mess with parking and all of that sort of stuff, you're welcome to park at the Health Science Center. Just follow the signs. We actually have a shuttle that will bring you directly from there, directly to the front door. It's a free shuttle. And so you're welcome to get on that, and then they'll take you back out to your car when you're done. So we invite you to do that. It opens at 6:30, and then we'll go all the way till 9. We shut the front doors at 9 and try to get people gone. We try to get out of here by 10.
Right. I understand.
So, but we would invite any and everyone to come and join us. It looks like the weather is going to be absolutely perfect. We're not too cold, but not too hot either. And so that will be an amazing time for us.
Wonderful. It's Candlelight at the Ranch at the National Ranching Heritage Center right here in Lubbock, Friday and Saturday nights. Leanne Lust, who is Education and Outreach Manager here at the National Ranching Heritage Center, thank you for being our guest on the front row today.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you this weekend.